This is KMOR in Murray.
Park one afternoon there on Sunday, picking with Tom Paley and Eric Darling. And this little old blue war surplus Plymouth come drifted in from Los Angeles. The two fellas that are heading south, Guy and Frank, they were heading down to North Carolina. They had a banjo and a guitar, and they invited me to come along with them on their trip. I jumped in the back seat and we took off. Our first stop was down in Messick, North Carolina, there where Guy's uncle had a farm. We went out shrimp fishing with a neighbor and helped shell butter beans on the front porch and sat around watching the thunder shower, and Frank pulled out a guitar and played the South Coast. Next day we headed west, all through the Smokies, did a lot of street singing and got up in some mountain cabins there. We were even treated to a family feud at one point there. Worked our way over to Nashville, took in the Grand Ole Opry, saw Earl Scruggs, Roy Acuff, String Bean, bless them wherever you may be. Then we headed down to New Orleans. We had the name of a guy I look up down in New Orleans, a banjo picker named Billy Fair. Looked him up in the telephone directory, but it wasn't there. So we took to the streets, down in the French Quarter, the Vieux Carré. Down along the river, by the Jack's Brewery, and up to Bourbon Street, back down St. Peter and up Rue Royale. We finally bumped into Billy somewhere along the line, and he took us over to his pad, which was located at 912 Toulouse Street. Toulouse, like in Lautrec. Just a short walk and up a back alley, by the garbage cans and up and over the fence there, landing lightly on the balls of your feet, for it is concrete in the patio. Patio was all cemented over with a hole in the middle with a banana tree growing out. I think it was a banana tree. Had a lot of bananas hanging on it. And a wooden staircase that led up to a gray cat that was guarding a place upstairs there. Three-legged cat named Shaky. Shaky had had a stroke, so he couldn't handle the three legs too good, but he could run. Every day he'd run up and down that balcony, sounding like a horse. There was an old chair up there with Shaky was guarding. It came from Mexico, and it was made out of an old palm tree carved out of a palm tree trunk bowl. Belonged to somebody up in New York, and it was on its way up there from Mexico. And Jack Kerouac had once sat in that chair, and I sat in the chair there for an hour and wrote a song about it. It started raining. It was hot in August, you know, muggy. And that rain come down and just cooled everything off. And there was a girl there that had once been an ex-ballet dancer, and she pulled off all her clothes and danced around the banana tree in the rain. And I followed suit. Round and around and around the banana tree in the rain in the patio in New Orleans till the rain stopped and everybody went inside, started drinking Billy Ferris wine, picking the banjo, the guitar, telling lies, getting acquainted. And before you know it, the sun was coming up. Everybody split over that back fence. Nobody wanted to be caught out in the sun, that hot New Orleans sun. We made it over to some bar. I followed John Truman around the streets for 3.5 days one night, listening to him tell a story about the merchant marine. We're gonna sail out, ship around the world. Well, at first I had to get my seaman's papers. Old Truman, he had his second mate ticket. I didn't have nothing. I had to get my seaman's papers. Well, in order to get your seaman's papers, you have to go down to the Coast Guard and get a letter from the ship owner to the Union, you get a letter from the Union to the Coast Guard, get a letter from the Coast Guard to the Union, get a letter to get a letter, and then in order to get that letter.